Yeah. So, did 2023 actually stop, or did it kind of hijack 2024's personality and try to poison it? January was quite interesting for a bunch of us. Let's wrap up. There's some huge channel changes ahead we're going to have to talk about. Let's get started. I don't know if you can see that deer moseying on across the field or not. Oh, look, there's more. Every dawn and every dusk, my friends. Every dawn and every dusk. We've counted 20 plus of them. Routinely. I kid you not. Ironic in many ways. I am the daughter of a hunter. Hello there, everyone. My name is Jenna O'Malley. I'm your soul writer, author of sci-fi fantasy with dashes of romance and nerdy references. And if you're wondering how in the world those raw stories and characters come to life and how I keep my sanity while doing it, this is one of those videos where you're going to question my sanity as much as I do. So, January, how did it go? Let's go ahead and get started. A lot of people are taking to do the January wrap-up and monthly wrap-up vlogs. Unplug my phone/camera here from charging while I'm talking, and you'd think I would be getting better at this YouTuber thing by now. Anyway, I realized when I was going through the end of January that my schedule for when I was releasing stuff wasn't going to work so long as I need to keep a 5-day-a-week job. Ooh, don't drop the camera, Jenna. So there's a couple of factors. Otherwise, like I said in a post last week, there are indeed various factors leading up to this channel change. What all is changing? Well, the day of the week I do workshops on and vlogs on, live writing sprints are changing. Let's go ahead and check the graphic. So what we're looking at doing here is playing around with a couple of the days of the week that I do certain things. Since the beginning of this channel, I have kind of always done Friday and Saturday sprints at some time of day, and then Sunday, Tuesdays, and Thursdays were left for whatever else I needed it to be, whether it be a vlog, a workshop, a single interview, a panel interview, whatever it was I was doing. Well, I'm going to have to move some things around. So as you can see, we're going to be trying out Tuesdays versus Wednesdays for a while to see which one works better for the audience of this channel with the writing sprints. I'm going to go ahead and try both of them alongside of each other for a few weeks, and kind of whichever one ends up being the better of the two is the one that will stay. Yes, I do intend to give myself some days off in here eventually. A lot of this will be pre-filmed, pre-recorded, or stuff I can do really quick live in between other things for the time being. So, starting at the top, Sundays I traditionally have reserved for workshops and soul care Sundays with the occasional vlog. That will not change. The same with Mondays. I normally use that as a backup day to Sundays, or worst comes to worst, a short from Arguing with Merna. Over on my community tab, I do have a poll going asking if you would like me to take all of my book-related stuff, which would include some of these vlogs, the shorts, the book trailers, and more into its own channel. And then I would just leave my how-to writer stuff, I guess is what you could collectively call it here, since there's more of that stuff here and would take a greater length of time to split off and move. At current, people want it to stay. Hello, Momo. But I've also seen that poll tie 3 different times since I put it up a couple days ago. So you might want to go ahead and check it out. Anyway, and then of course we're going to go ahead and try Tuesdays versus Wednesdays for sprinting to see which one works best for us in the long term. Thursdays will then become kind of like they always have been, except I normally don't do workshops on Thursdays because I have the day job. I'm going to admit that. Doing some of this is going to be reliant on how much energy I have with the day job. So I'm trying to go ahead and stack to where I'm only working and on YouTube a couple of days a week. Even though it seems like I'm there daily, I'm trying to make it to where I am only creating content for it, even the pre-recorded stuff, just a few times a week. And then, of course, Fridays, I may or may not be getting rid of Friday evenings. We shall see what happens in the long term. This is a year of where I'm going to pivot. I pivoted last year. It's like, dang it, this is a spiral staircase no matter what I do. I keep saying things are a spiral staircase this year. What does that mean? Let's go ahead and have an actual sit down so the lighting gets better, because the lighting in here is not getting better. And I'll explain a little bit to you. All right, so what's this concept of a spiral staircase? We are trained traditionally in most cultures to think of the calendar year, whether it be standard from January to December or fiscal July to June for businesses. And we're just kind of trained to expect to new year, new cycle, repeat, rinse. No, it's not a 2D thing. It looks like a circle, but it's not 2D. It's 3D. It's like walking up a never-ending continual spiral staircase. For my friends and fans of platformer fighter games a la Mortal Kombat, Capcom, and similar, you run the tower, basically. And every level of the tower is a new floor, and it can very well be rinse, wash, repeat in some ways. And already this year is in the first month taking everything that I didn't resolve in 2023 and say, okay, here's the leftovers, fix it. And I'm like, oh! In January, I made this huge habit to be, if not posting daily to Ream Stories, then writing daily for. And I'm gonna probably not miss my assigned due date of Valentine's for Bovary and Maria, because the day job is day jobbing. And, yeah, it's going to be a blast. I'm actually really excited to be writing at least an hour for myself a day. Not editing, not drafting new stuff, rewriting and editing, to be fair. Moo! So since you need to be in the spotlight, hello, ma'am. The irony in all this is I'm talking about getting more writing done, and what she's pulled down onto the floor there and is currently standing on is my writing sprint word count tracker that I use for event writing months. Are you agreeing that I need to get off my bum and do more writing faster too? That look on your face, little girl, like, just hurry up so you can pay attention to me, and only me, and nobody else but me, but little girl. Yes, you. I know. So, I basically just had to go ahead and readjust my schedule. With this new day job being what it was not working to keep the schedule I had. I'm going to get more family time, hopefully, now that Cody and I can spend Saturday mornings together. He normally games with a group of friends on Saturday evenings. So No, ma'am. Excuse you, don't even think it. She's like, now you gave me an invite and a challenge. Hold on, guys. Cat mom duties never end, do they? So, with everything going on with the day job, me trying to balance out everything, I started here last year and keeping it going in the correct direction I needed to go. Messy hair and all. Anyway, finding that I need to change the schedule. I am on track-ish to still launch the Kickstarter in late June. I am looking at June 28th or July 28th. I'm undecided which. I have my reasons for both numbers, and it's a numbers thing specifically for me at this point. So, Kickstarter is... Considering I'm doing a planning swag live on it now, you can imagine how much I'm getting planned early. And I'm starting to do a lot more with marketing for it. We already have all the videos out for books 1, 2, and 3, which is like a synopsis video and a character video for each member of the couple. So you have one for each: Neftiri, Ian, Rochelle, Bjorn, Lee, and Frey, and Voveries is out. Currently, Suntroa of Suntroa Arts, Jeremy, who is the epic awesome, hi Momo, he is working on Maria's sketches as we speak, which means that as soon as I get my hands on those, I can go ahead and do Maria's video and then finish up the videos for book 4 because, well, Suntroa has been done with Harumi's drawing for like ever. He did her like back in 2021, 2022, and he just recently finished Gorgor to go with her. So, oh, it's going to be a blast. I have a lot of videos to get out and start getting the announcement of all the tiers together, kind of like last year. Yes, I'm doing a lot similar to what I did last year, but just going more in depth. And that goes back to what I said, spiral staircasing around to the spiral staircase, right? It comes full circle, but with an added layer looped on top of it. And I say layer and loop because some of you know looping and layering or scaffolding from education, being teachers and writers and lifelong students. So yeah, there's a lot going on. What other things are... Oh, 2 things I started last summer are coming up from the Ashes. 3 things, kind of. There's Soul Bard Academy, which has under it 2 other branches. There's Soul Bard Academy itself. That's the courses I'm teaching online. I do have one sitting over on Teachable if you want to go ahead and check it out. I'm going to be adding on to that. And so you want to be an author tuber maybe? Later this year, I'm starting to get the brainstorming stuff for that together. And then, of course, I'm also looking at doing Camp Soul Bard, which is like an idea incubator for writers. So if you want more about that, go ahead and check the link in the description box below for the editing and coaching services I offer. And then, of course, I am finally getting to do Writer's Soul Reset. I've called it a couple of different things, and the name might still change, and that's kind of on purpose at this point because I've already had some intellectual property stolen from me. No, I'm not going to go ahead and go into it here for reasons. I will say that. So I'm going to start being a little bit more hinty but cryptic about some more things, and yeah. Anywho, with back to what I was saying about Writer's Soul Reset. It is going to be a 1-day event. I don't know if I want to do it in something like Zoom, Google Meet, or Microsoft Teams, or it has also, of course, been mentioned to me to just do it on YouTube. That's a thought. I want to go ahead and do a mind, body, soul reconnection event that runs from like 10 a.m. Eastern until 3 or 4 in the afternoon. as a virtual event where we do things like massage therapy tips, carpal tunnel tips, health tips, ergonomic tips, marketing, networking, co-working, meeting new, like I want to make it more than just a conference, more than just a writing sprint. It's kind of like writing sprint, writing retreat, and conference all intersect into this day that is just meant to help you re-spark yourself all anew. So I'm really looking at the logistical end of how to go ahead and interconnect everything the way I want. I do eventually want this to act as a pilot for an in-person version to be held in Western Maryland near where I live and where I grew up. And the Appalachian Mountains are just gorgeous and are just perfect for it. So if you're interested in coming along on all the journeys and seeing how February pans out, as hectic as January is, I can only imagine that February is going to be an absolute blast. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for supporting me in all that I do so I can continue to help others get back to doing what they love to do most. Creating worlds that they and others can escape to, nay, can heal in without even realizing it. Because healing should be fun too. Books can heal and still be fun too. Thank you for taking care of yourself, taking care of others, and taking care of me. Bye! Road to 1,000, let's go!